Welcome back everyone to Belgium for the Grand Prix. Apologies for that, we had some technical difficulties. I actually lagged out of the game and the lobby just crashed, so that will be the qualifying stream for today's race. But we're back now for the race itself. The grid has been prepared again and we'll just wait for these drivers to ready up, and we might have a little bit of a delay on the changing of setups and so forth, just because people need to do that this time, and hopefully people give other people some time to be able to do it. So we're just going to wait now and have another formation lap, so it's going to be a bit like Groundhog Day for the next few minutes. So it's looking like it's going to be a pretty dry race, but unfortunately someone has readied up, so people haven't really got long to be able to get things done. We've only got 8 seconds to go. So hopefully everyone will be on the correct tyre. I think they are. The only driver that is not is Beckett. So we have got a little bit of a change from 11th to 18th, but to be fair, they did have free choice. It was to be fair only for the top 10, to be precise, because that was the tyre they were supposed to be on. But anyway, hopefully we'll have a good reset here. We don't really have to talk about tyres per se. We've got H4 just exploring the far reaches of the track there. So only a few more corners to go. Got a bit of into now off the circuit. That might have been the Ferrari of Just Gaming, or it might have been Iggy, not too sure. And we're just waiting for these drivers, all weaving on the straight. It is the Alligator itself got Veloce off the circuit. So we're just seeing the first drivers now form up on the grid, and we're just going to get ready to start this race. As I just drink my last swig of coffee. So looks like we're getting ready. Here we go. We've got 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And we're away for Monday Night Racing here at the Belgium Grand Prix, and there's some good starts to the back. There's a Haas looking to the inside, there's Veloce going round the outside, and there's an incident at the source, and that was the Williams of Anthony, I think, and that might have caused a safety car potentially, or a VSC. No, not looking likely. Got some action going on in the background, got some drivers going off at Radion. And we'll go to the front of the field as we see the two Aston Martins in the lead of this race. We've got DxT Matty on the inside as we go down the end of the Camel and into Lake Com, and Big Weird's going to go wide, and it looks like he's going to go around the outside, and he gets the move done and moves up into second place, splits the Aston Martins. Looks like there's action going on towards the back. It's 3 wide into Beau Rivage, and Just Gaming loses the back end there. There's a bit of chaos going on towards the back, but everyone still in this race. Anthony has got some major wing damage and is losing performance. Got the McLaren and the Red Bull fighting, and some drivers fighting in the background as well. It's all going on at the moment. The standings are all over the place as well. A lot of action going on in the first part of this lap. We'll go back with Dr. Wolfgang. Looks like he's made up a place, gone up to 15th. Got the two Alpines side by side, and now Iggy in the Alpha is going to get involved here as we're going to go around Blanchimont, and Tay's just fallen back into 8th place, and Taylor McKenzie is just behind them in 9th place as we go into the bus stop now. And Tay is in the pits, got some damage there, so Taylor McKenzie moves up, Big Weir moves down, and got a bit of ghosting going on there. Not too sure what's going on. Looks like the game's having a mind of its own. Looks like Veloce is out in front, in quite commandingly out in front at the minute with a 2.2 second lead, and we'll see these standings start to change to the correct ones hopefully very soon. Everything having a mind of its own at the minute, and Bugs Bunny looking to the inside at the end of the Camel. Into Lake Com they go side by side, and Phoenix has just been left enough room there. And Bugs Bunny now moves up to 15th place. Let's see what's going on here. DxT Matty, and we've got these drivers, I think, have stopped ghosting. Still got drivers in the pit, so Anthony is now just out. We've got Vedran and Apex, who are right at the back of the field, as you can see. Just waiting for Anthony to sort himself out. 3-second time penalty for Tay Pasta for multiple warnings. Not good for that man in 16th, who is trying to push and going to try and have a fight. And Taylor McKenzie is out of this race. We're down to 17. That's a virtual safety car that has been deployed. It may turn in to a safety car. We'll see where he is on the circuit. Looks like he's just going to be around this corner, is my guess. There he is there. He's got on the curb on the exit of that corner and sent himself out of this race in consequence of that mistake. I think Tay might be gone now. Taylor McKenzie, I should say. Still virtual safety car. No safety car has been deployed, so that's going to be a relief for Veloce with his gap of 2.2 seconds, but the gap's behind her. It's all looking pretty bizarre on these timing boards, but we'll just have to wait to see what happens at the end of this VSC. In the pits comes Young One for a front wing change. That VSC has helped him out a little bit. Got Apex coming in as well. Vedran round the final corner, and Anthony is still holding up the rear. He'd have wished for a safety car. Virtual safety car is still deployed. This has been a little while. I'm surprised we haven't got back underway yet, and we are now actually. I was just going to say we should have just got underway. Just ignore these timing screens for the minute. I'm not too sure what's going on with them. See if there's any real close action on track. We've got the senior and junior team. Looks like we've got another car round. Bugs Bunny really struggling. And he's round again. He's in a pickle. And he's going in circles. Got Vedran coming around that corner now, so he's going to have to be careful. We get back underway again, and Veloce is still in the lead as we go on to lap 4, and Matty looks like he's about to be challenged by Big Weir, and and Bugs, you've got to be a bit more careful, mate. Your tyres are roasting. We'll see what happens here between Big Weir and DxT Matty as they come up Eau Rouge and at the top at Radion. As we come down the Camel with DRS activated for the Aston Martin. The Ferrari goes defensive, back to the racing line he goes now. Not enough in the tank there at the end of the Camel until they come now the right, left and right again. Down the hill we go to Beau Rivage, and sometimes you can get a bit of an optimistic overtake there. I think the timing screens have now sorted themselves out. Amir Guna is going to move himself up to 4th place potentially in a few moments time. It's still quite good for his championship. That's 12 points to be added on, and the first couple of rounds he's been rather decent. Bugs Bunny is out of this race. We're now down to 16th. I think he'd just had enough there, so I don't think there's going to be a problem with that, as he is out and retired in the pit lane. And we've still got Big Weir, who's very, very close behind the Ferrari of DxT Matty. Got a few quite close drivers. Looks like it's going to be a good battle hotting up for 9th place. Fastest lap for Veloce, 45.2. So he's still really trying to steam roll ahead. No one can match him with that or overtake him on that time just yet. As you see him in the very distance down towards Eau Rouge, we go for these 3 drivers, and Veloce now negotiating the top of Radion with Big Weir now 4 tenths behind DxT Matty, and I don't think he's going to be able to defend from it this time. As you see that DRS wide open down the Camel, and it looks like, man, he's got a good bit of straight line speed in this car. Beckett 3-second time below for multiple warnings, and he's out as well. We're now down to 15 drivers. Safety car is deployed on lap 5. People still struggling. We're into week 3 with about 5 or 6 weeks of this, about 5 weeks of this game now, and people still struggling to get a grasp of this game. So it's going to be interesting now. I think we are going to start seeing a round of pit stops. I definitely think we'll see the top 5 come in. It might be very good for Trunders actually. He'll probably stay out. He might take the lead of this race. Got Iggy coming onto the back straight now. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I think they are just going to have to pit. I think this is just too much of a gift horse. H. Bosworth is out of this session. What is going on? Oh, and it's looking... Oh... Not good. We're now down to 14 drivers. It was all going so well at the start. Drivers are in the pits. Said Trunders is going to take the lead and has done, with Veloce coming out of the pits now. DxT Matty close behind him. Big Weir did hold up the pack, I think, just to try and get his pit stop in. He comes out in 4th place. So Trunders takes the lead on the 5 lap old medium tyres. He's going to be pretty happy about that, I think. So you have to wait for the whole pack to bunch back up again. I'm not sure if you've seen anyone lose it at Eau Rouge / Radeon so far. Really Radeon, to be honest. But Trunders in the lead of this race. The two Aston Martins still looking pretty tidy in second and fourth. Got Ferrari DxT Matty in third as well, and he's definitely started to up his race pace so far. And that was good news for Anthony. He's now back in the fight, of course. They've got still a little bit of a gap to catch up to, but it's going to bring him right back into this race, so that will be quite interesting and exciting to see. We'll probably get racing on lap 8. I'm just watching Anthony in the Williams on lap 6 under the safety car, trying to catch up to the back of the pack, which he's going to do very, very soon. But I think we're going to have another lap of this, because I think we're just a little bit too close now. This game has never surprised me, to be honest, with things like this, but no, I think it's just too late now. So we're just going to see them come round the final corner. Young one, 5-second penalty for severe collision with Tay Pasta. I think he's just going to serve that, because he's only losing a place or two. We'll have to wait and see what he does. It's quite smart thinking from Tay there, to be fair. Just gets rid of it. It's gone on to the softs. Interesting. But I think he'll come out with plenty of time to catch up, I imagine. We'll see what he does, though. So we're talking in terms of penalties, as we've got a little bit of time just to check. 3 seconds and 5 for Young One, of course, having that incident with Tay just a few moments ago, and he's not going to be able to get rid of that under the safety car. A little glitch in the game, that, to be able to do that. Shouldn't really be able to. So we'll see this race get started again on lap 8, as Tay is near enough caught the back of the pack already, and I think he's just holding off to get that tyre warm. I think he's just caught up now, and it is a long stretch to the start finish line from the end of sector 2, where most often, well, the earliest it will ever do it is at the end of sector 2, which is just around the next corner. So I think it'd be a wise decision for Trunders to start backing up the pack just a little bit, just because it's going to go now. There we go. And we'll see what Trunders does. We've had a lot of drivers stick with the safety car. Personally, I think it's best to do this and just slow down. Just to a pretty much a crawl, yeah, just like that safety car run away into the distance, as it's already done, and it's going to be at the bus stop very, very shortly. We'll just see how good a restart Trunders can do here. Let's see when he gets going. And I think we're now away again at Spa, and we're going to be away on lap 8 in just a few moments' time as Trunders negotiates the final corner, the bus stop. We all get away rather well. He hasn't lost Veloce at all, and he is right on his Alpine coattails as we come round turn 1 with DxT Matty losing a bit of ground to Veloce there. I don't think there's any big fights into turn 1. Seeing McLaren, they're going a little bit wide with Tay already moving up a place, but of course on those soft tyres crucially. Just seeing these drivers now negotiating. Les Combes as we come down the hill to Beau Rivage for time today, and Matty losing out a bit of ground. Big Weir has lost out a bit of ground to Matty, actually not something he'd have wanted. Didn't get that tyre warm up, I don't think, as he would have liked. Dr. Wolfgang coming round no name corner in the Alpha Tauri. Just have a little look at these gaps. They are of course still pretty close. Veloce is still right on the back of Trunders. Potentially might look to make a move into the bus stop. See him now coming down towards Blanchimont, just gaining real 3-second time penalty. 3 drivers with penalties to speak of. I don't think Veloce is going to be close enough. Matty's starting to close up that gap. The bottleneck effect will happen here. It might give Big Weir a chance to close up that gap just a little bit. It's just over a second now. Apex and Tay going to the bus stop. Tay takes 12th place on those soft tyres, of course. Going to try and hunt down the heart of Young One in the McLaren as he comes to Le Source for the 9th time as we come down towards Eau Rouge. Got some drivers all in a bit of a train here in the fight for potentially 5th place with Iggy Combo, who's in a good position at the moment. Our championship leader Amaguna is in 10th place, but right on the back of Vedran, who might have a sneaky little opportunity for some drivers here into Les Source and Les Combes, sorry, and no, not yet. 3 drivers all going through though. Oh, and someone drowned. That's Veloce. Veloce's round, not sure what happened there. And Trunders is in the lead of this race. Veloce's round. That moves Big Weir up into 2nd place. Trunders is still in the lead of this race and almost a 2-second gap. See what Veloce does now. He hasn't actually got any front wing damage. Don't know if he's got any other damage anywhere. It's a bit harder to tell, to be honest. Oh, we got side-by-side action here towards Blanchimont. There's an instant almost. Vedran makes contact with Young One there, or vice versa, and that was very interesting, I do have to admit. Sorry guys, I'm just bear me a second, just taking the graphics off just for a minute, only for a second. Just seeing these drivers negotiate Eau Rouge and Radion. As we see the Haas of Amir Guna move up to 7th place. Just bear me 2 seconds guys, we'll bring you back to the action in just a few seconds. You see them now just coming through. Pouon now will get the timing screens back. Position changes actually. Phoenix and Trunders scores up 10 places. Phoenix up 12 places. That's pretty good. The only man not to stop is Trunders. We'll see what he can do. He might have been wise to have pitted potentially. Let's see if there's any close battles. See Tay and Vedran, maybe these three fighting over 10th, 9th place, sorry, 8th place even, with just Game Real at the front of this pack. Big dive there for Young One. Nothing comes of it though with Tay in the pits again. Really struggling. Blockchain moves up a position. Is he going to be out of this race halfway through this race? We'll have to see what he does. Might wait for another safety car. Tay's not really one to retire. Just Gaming is out. That might be a safety car. Yeah, he's lost it. Rouge and Rallion even. So now down to 13 drivers. That might be a safety car though, potentially. No, everyone's still going at full whack. Seeing these gaps at the front though, starting to get a little closer. You're going to see the battle for third hotting up now, I reckon, with we're at half distance now, about to go on to lap 12. Another guy is out. Phoenix is out of this race as well. Carnage ensuing. And that is a safety car once again. Trunders now is in the pits. Oh, and that's very, very good for Trunders, to be fair. They're all in the pits. I think they're all going to go for a fresh set of mediums to the end if they've got them, or another set of mediums. Anyway, this is going to be very interesting now. Dr. Wolfgang stays out, so he takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix, and Trunders is got to wait for a bit of traffic. Big Weir is coming out. This is hotting up in the pit lane. Blockchain now moves up to second. This race is turning out to be a little crazy at the moment. Now down to 12 drivers in this race. Still having a high rate of attrition at the start of the season for MNR. For Dr. Wolfgang, he's leading the race. Obviously got podium in Bahrain. Did very well there. Third place if memory serves, and we'll see what happens. But Veloce, he is a very lucky boy. So we'll see what tyres everyone's gone on quickly. Trunder's gone on the hard, soft tyres from Matty, who is taunting Trunders a little bit there. That's interesting. Big Weir is on the softs as well. Iggy's on the hard. Amiaguna's on the mediums. Young One on the... This is going to be very interesting now. It depends when we get racing. I can't see it being this lap, so it's going to be another lap. So we're going to get racing on lap 14, 6, 7, 8 laps on the softs. Very interesting, I must admit. This is going to be really, really interesting to see. I personally think that Trunders and Iggy might have made a bad call. We're going on the hards, but they might not have another set of mediums to go on, so it might be their only choice. The medium's looking the most likely, so I can't write out Amir. He's won. He won Bahrain, of course, and was on the podium for race 2 at Monza. So yeah, we're going to get racing on lap 14. All 12 drivers that are left have formed back up again. Oh well, apparently it's about to rain potentially, so this is going to get really exciting for the last 8 laps of this race. Just seeing Chris there doing a big burnout on those hard tyres. He's going to have to try and keep them as warm as possible. Just got a bit of a wait now for the end of this safety car period. This track is very long. It does feel like it on under a safety car. Oh, well, hello, Iceman. Just looking at the comments. Nice to see you. Yeah, not too sure who I'm gonna call for this race, to be honest. So, yeah, safety car now in this lap. Chris is going to be setting the pace. He's sped up. He needs to be careful there, because that's going to cause an issue with people thinking that the race has started. And he's going right to the line. We've got Veloce right behind him, and now he goes. And he is going to hold on to that first place into turn 1, I think. I've got Trunders down in 3rd, and we're racing on lap 14 of 22. We'll see if Chris can defend from Veloce. I don't think it's going to be possible. Moves right, moves left, and gets back into the toe again. Looks to the inside. Lake Calm, and it's going to go to the inside, and there's a bit of contact between the two of them, and Chris is still side by side, and now the Alpine of Trunders is going to get involved. There's 5 of them all in shot here, and Trunders looking at the inside of Beau Rivage, not able to make up any places, and Veloce now takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix on the lap 14. And Dr. Wolfgang having Trunders breathing down his neck. DxT, Matty and Big Weir side by side through Pouon, and Big Weir comes out on top through that corner, and they go round the next set of corners and this chicane as we come round the right-hander onto the back straight. Looks like I might have had an incident there. Anthony looking to the inside of Iggy Combo. They go side by side. Veloce still out in front and becoming quite commanding with that lead. We've got Vedran and Amir Guna near each other there. Vedran moves up to 6th place in the Williams, and this really is all to play for now. Albo's out for this race. H. Bosworth leads the session. See you next week with Dr. Wolfgang. Still in that 2nd place, but being a bit of a bottleneck here for these other drivers. Great shot there. Dr. Wolfgang gets a great run at the top of Radion, and they're coming down the Kemmel side by side. They go. Chris is squeezing him. Dr. Wolfgang to the outside, and Big Weir getting a good look at this action as they go in till they calm, and Trunders moves up into 2nd place on those hard tyres. But I got a feeling that Chris is going to lose a place to Big Weir, and DxT, Massey and Big Weir are fighting for that 4th place as well. It's all going on at the top of the field and on the inside. On the outside, sorry, Big Weir was looking to go here, and DxT Matty is now going to try and look to the inside of Big Weir. I can't talk fast enough for what's going on with Vedran now looking at DxT Matty. They're all having to look forwards, backwards and side to side at the moment. Eyes must be on steroids. Big Weir is round. Oh, and Matty is hit the pack, and Matty is out. And oh, this is... So, safety car is deployed again. To apologise about this. It's got Iggy on the intermediate tyres. Guys, what is going on? I'll just be back with you in a few seconds, guys. So guys, we're back. And we're on lap 17, going to be getting on to 18. We have 5 laps to go, and I hope we'll have no one else out of this race. So is Iggy actually taking a risk on these intercepts because the rain is coming, and the rain is now just starting to fall at the end of this race. We've only got 10 drivers left with Veloce in the lead. They're all on soft tyres. This is going to be very, very interesting now. Hard tyres for Trunders. I think he's made a big mistake now. Safety car in this lap, and this is going to be the most crucial time to get these tyres warmed up, and Veloce's ideally going to want to get this underway as quick as possible. Love to see when they get underway. This rain's going to get heavier and heavier. It's I honestly don't know what's going to happen. Iggy might be in a really good position here on these intermediate tyres. He would have used a bit of wear when it was drying out, and he's going. Veloce is now away, and we're going to be on lap 17 of this Belgian Grand Prix in this mixed weather conditions. Is anyone going to bail into the pits onto the inters? No one just yet. Keep an eye on Iggy Combo and what he can do. There's action going on in the background again with 4 drivers at the back. Big Weir is the only man in the pits going on to the intermediate tyres. I can say that for sure. As he does, this might be a absolute master stroke, as he's got a penalty, I'm guessing, but it still could be pretty good for him. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, Anthony, sorry, has got a 3-second time penalty. Action going on between Iggy and Amir. Amir on the soft tyres, Iggy on the inters. Don't hear that very often, and the inters not working at their best just yet. You see Big Weir now out on the intermediate tyre. Veloce is starting to get away. Trunders still making good work on those tyres. Apex Fenley's got back into this race, and I know that he doesn't have a setup on, so he's going to be pretty happy with 5th place. As we see Tay trying any which way to try and get past Young One. You see Trunders almost making a mistake. This might be into territory now. We're just starting to get into it as we go down towards Beau Rivage. This is not going to be flat anymore. As you can see there, Tay might seize his opportunity to the outside, but he's got his teammate ahead of him, blocking his late braking opportunity. No one in the pits just yet, with only a few laps to go. Young One has been overtaken by Tay Pastor with that switcheroo. Is he going to make a double into Les Sources? He goes and looks to the inside, and we've got Apex going around the outside on those soft tyres on Young One, and just left enough space between the two of them. He was almost into the wall, but he's down now into 5th place. Apex is looking pretty strong now, and maybe this balanced setup is going to be working really well in these conditions. Trunders may want to give this place up to his teammate, potentially, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Does give the place up. That was a rather smart move. Or he doesn't give the place up. No team orders at Alpine. And Apex, sorry, I didn't even catch that. Apex has now gone through. Got a yellow flag. Got Big Weary's round. And the inters just haven't worked. It was a risk he was willing to take. He's prepared to stay out. He'll get a point in the championship. Vedran looking like he's got an issue there. He's struggling in these conditions. They all are. This might be the time to pit now. This is so interesting, and no one really wants to be taking any risks now. We're so far into this race and had a big rate of attrition in this race already, and so I don't think they're going to want to take too many risks. You're seeing a battle for 2nd place in this race, and Trunders is leading the pack on that front. Veloce is leading the race. with the Apex going down the inside on Tay Pasta, the side-by-side through Blanchimont, and Apex is up to 3rd place, going to hunt down for that 2nd place. Anyone coming into the pits? No one doing it. So they're committing to this. Tay Pasta looks to the outside. Young One is getting into this fight as well. Anthony isn't too far behind. Young One is spurred on by that almost collision into the wall, side by side between the Alpine and the Alpha Tauri, and then Tay takes up that position, moves up to 2nd place. Trunders now moves down. This is really getting a bit... Anthony almost lost it there. You could see a kick of the rear. Amir Guna is round. Vedran is spun round. You've got Big Weir who's just still going round, and DRS is now disabled. That is later than I thought. I thought it was already disabled, to be fair. And Trunders now moves down again. Apex is in 3rd. We'll have a look at these penalties quickly. 6 seconds for Young One, 3 and 3 for Tay, so they're on an even keel at the moment. Trunders, though, no penalties, but losing another position to Anthony with 3 seconds worth of time penalties. Young One is in 4th. Apex is going to try and hunt down Tay. But on those medium tyres for Veloce, I'm super surprised he's still keeping with it. So there is a battle for 4th and the battle for 2nd that you're watching here. And to be fair, we've got Trunders who's really starting to struggle, and Iggy, that just didn't work for him in the inters. It was an alright race, but I tell you what though, these weather conditions now, you might see some huge gains. No, has Iggy got damage? Just how slow he's going. These conditions may not be as bad as they look, and Young One is round and doing donuts at bus stop. Anthony is in the pits, and Amir Guna is round as well, and Trunders is in the wall, and everything is going on now. There's chaos ensuing in the final couple of laps of this race. Just like Bahrain last Sunday, all started kicking off with a couple of laps to go. Amir Guna moves up to 5th place, bagging some good points there. Apex is still close behind. The intermediate runners now are starting to go through. Trunders now moves down to 9th place. Got Amir who's just struggling on those tyres. Got Anthony who's going to try and catch him up. This is getting very interesting for the last couple of laps of this race. It's a shame there's only 10 of them remaining, but it is keeping it quite tasty to watch. Down to a 2nd now between the top 2, but he has got a 3-second time penalty. Veloce hasn't got anything. He doesn't need to worry so much. And Apex is still trying to keep with them. 2 tenths now separate them. Veloce struggling. They're going to have to stay out now. There is no way in hell they're going to come in now. They're going to have to stay out on these dry tyres in these really awful conditions, and the softs are going to be working better, and Veloce doesn't want to lose this race. This is Jenson Button, this is Sebastian Vettel, 2011 Canada homages here with these conditions going on. And is Tay going to snatch the lead of this race on the final lap, or the penultimate lap? And he goes round! No, and Veloce is out, they're both out. Tay's out, sorry, Veloce is round. Apex is taking the lead of this race. This is unbelievable. Young One is out as well. Oh my days. Anthony is through. Amir Guna is round through as well. Iggy Combo is round. Vedran is going to come through as well. I have no idea what's going on here. Anthony moves up into 2nd place. Veloce now moves down. He's going to have to pit. Iggy goes through. This was all going really well for the Aston Martins, and now it's gone cataclysmically wrong. I almost got away with that there. Vedran getting the traction. Look at it. Look at how these guys are going now. This is the most bonkers last piece of a race I have ever seen. Only 8 drivers left in this race. Veloce, is he going to be overtaken by his teammate? He's not. It's going to be a 7-8 for Aston Martin. Not what they wanted. Apex is on those soft tyres. Anthony is trying to hunt him down. Oh my... I don't know what's going to happen. This is so good. Anthony is hunting and hunting and hunting. We've got to look at these time penalties before we get too excited about this. All on 3 seconds. All of them in the top 5. What is going to happen? Anthony is catching him. Anthony might take the win in this race. And Vedran is also catching as well. This is... What is going to happen? This is... Honestly, I've commentated for about 18 months. This is the most... Oh, I don't know what's... Well, I think I now know what's going to happen. Apex is going to lose it with a few corners to go. I said Canada 2011. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. And it looks like he's going to win the race. And Apex in second. Is he going to hold on to a podium? Vedran is coming as well. Is it going to be a Williams front row win for this race? A 1-2 for the Williams team. Be a great effort for them. We'll have to see now. And Anthony is going to come across the line in a few seconds. I think he's going to lose it. Is Apex. He goes off the track. Comes back on. Oh, and Vedran just... Oh, and he brakes later. He's got that grip that he needs. And oh, he's on the inside now. Apex trying to get the switcheroo. Not going to be able to do it. Iggy Combo now coming into it. Anthony wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Vedran comes in second. It's a Williams 1-2. Who saw that one coming? Let's have a quick look at these position changes as well. 10 places for Apex. And Iggy is out across the line. This is the most bonkers race I've seen for a long time. Amir Guna comes across the line. Veloce is going to come home in 7th and 8th place. And last, believe it or not so much for Big Weir. It is a surprise he's in last place, but only 8 drivers finishing this race. But Anthony only leading on the final lap and a bit of this race. And that's fantastic points for Williams. So just waiting to see Big Weir come across the line to finish in 8th place. Apex Finley, driver of the day. We will have driver's driver of the day. But I got to sneak in. That might be the driver's driver of the day with Apex in 3rd. Shame he had that win snatched away with him right at the end. If it had been a 21 round race, he might have just had it, but we'll never know. But Anthony, on his first race in the Williams, taking that race win. Amazing stuff there. A Williams 1-2, the first 1-2 of the season. See if we're going to get another one again. I thought it might be an Aston Martin 1-2, but it wasn't to be. So we'll just give you the final classifications. Anthony won the race with Vedran in 2nd. Apex was 3rd. 4th was Iggy Combo. 5th was Trunders. 6th was Amir Guna. 7th was Veloce. And Big Weir was 8th. Everyone else DNF. Tay Pasta in 9th. And Young One in 10th, crashing out on the penultimate lap. DxT Matty is in 11th. 12th is Dr. Wolfgang. 13th is Phoenix Just Gaming Real is in 14th. 15th is H. Bosworth. Beckett is in 16th. 17th is Bugs Bunny, and Taylor McKenzie rounds out the 18 drivers. So of course there were a huge amount of DNFs, which is a great shame, to be honest. We hope to see a bit more consistency in the not too distant future, we hope. But those last few laps were amazing. I don't know what you think, chat. I think that was quite bonkers, last 2 or 3 laps. So I think it's going to keep us on this screen. Which I think it has done. So we will just have a quick look at that chat very, very quickly. So a bit of chat going on there. Some people saying craziest race ever. Points taken away from me, says Dr. Wolfgang. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the MNR Belgian Grand Prix. We'll just talk about tomorrow night, which is in South America, or North America actually, Mexico. In Mexico City. So tune in for that, 7:30 with Justin, Just Gaming Real, and Taylor Mackenzie. You can literally see on your screen now the pair of them. And then on Sunday we go to the jewel in the crown. We go to Monaco, the Principality, one of the oldest circuits on the calendar. Most exciting or most boring, whichever it takes your pick. Qualifying will most definitely be exciting at the very least. So, after that, we'll just run through next week for Monday, as I'm not sure off the top of my head. We're off to the States. We're off to the United States Grand Prix, to Texas, to Austin, Circuit of the Americas. That will be a good one for next week, and after that, we're now definitely down in South America at Brazil for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. And we'll be looking forward to that one. Anyway, thank you very much again for tuning in, for just listening to me rabbit on about this silly old thing called racing. We'll see you tomorrow night for Tuesday night racing, and you'll see me again on Sunday. So make sure to tune in for Mexico tomorrow night. So it is goodbye from